Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Africa. Good morning, world. My name is Barrister Pink Republic, aka the Princess of Umoku, and welcome to the Pink Republic TV show. Like I said, we have a surprise guest. I will invite her. A lot of people might know her as a Nollywood diva, as a queen of souls. No, don't worry, I'll give her one big introduction. But we have to go over to our shout out. My shout out today goes to Mr. Ima Otutui. The guy just received his PhD. He was my classmate back then in last year. We all graduated in 2008, and he just got his PhD. It's easy to go and get PhD. Now I want to read out the PhD in, because we are all lawyers. There's one thing. This one is very, very special. So I will not miss it. It's also a title. They will give him a title. It's good to go and read the big thing. They'll be giving you some kind of things. So like I said, his name is Mr. Emmanuel Oturoyi. He's now a PhD holder. He did his PhD in Imo State, and his PhD is focused on legal regulation of the oil and gas sector and sustainable development. Now, some people have brain to still read. Me, after law school, I switched off. My mother was even forcing me, go to England and do your master. And I was like, Mommy, this one I have done. I went to university and I did law school. Please, let me just utilize what I have now. Well, it's not easy. I will congratulate them. Now, last week I was talking about the Real Housewife. Our topic for last week was talking about women. Women, the way we don't like ourselves, and the way we are becoming a nuisance in people's family, in people's lives, and the way we go about spiritual affairs. All about desperation in church, in this, in that. But I tried to reserve this because I was trying to look for the clip. Was the Real Housewife of Abuja. It's still ongoing. This lady they call Jaruma, this lady that have this Kayamata business. Those their Kayamata where they do chants. She's always talking about it on the internet. So everybody know her as Jaruma or Kayamata, Jaruma Kayamata. She had a problem with Ned Woko when she made Regina Daniel one of her ambassadors, and she now said that because Regina Daniel is using a Kayamata, that's why she blocked Ned Woko. I know Ned Woko arrested her. Now let me tell you, she featured in the recent clip. That was last 2 weeks. I wanted to mention it, but I wanted to get the clip. But because I'm still looking for the clip, so let me chill on that. Let me just explain to you. She came to the Real Housewife of Abuja, their circle, to explain how all this her sexy thing. She talks about honey, about the VJJ of women. She came there, it's not hard to do her business and explain about how to become sexy in and outward to sustain your relationship. Instead, she came there with all her baggage, and she was telling the women that the women should be happy. The women should be happy that they are seeing her in their midst, because for the past 15 years, she has not been coming out to events. Guess what? Princess Jikoko, I trust that lady. The lady jumped in. And said, who the hell are you? And instead of you are very smart, you are coming to say your business. Instead of you to keep calm and focus on why you are there, she just jumped and said, when I did my wedding, you are part of the people that said my wedding was not real. Jesus. And you were like, who? When? I don't know you. I started knowing you for instance, so how is it me? I was like, look, that lady is messy, A to Z. I'm telling you, Jaruma, wherever you are in Nigeria, in Abuja where you are located, you are a messy human being. I can never believe that you come to a live show where they want to even promote your business and you mess up yourself and you mess up your business. Man, you're a mess. Like seriously. I watch you, I follow you on social Instagram. I thought you are just doing all that for the sake of the clout and all that, but naturally you are chaos. And at the end, she didn't even complete the program. She stood up and she left. In the middle of what we are paid to do, you came to promote your brand. They promoted you. They try as much as possible to make your business. Please, if you even done well, maybe other people will want to call you for their events to come and talk about one or two things, but you did not do well. That is the truth. Nobody is telling you the truth. You did not do well, Jaruma. So I would like you to find a way to redeem yourself and explain why you felt the need to cut off the show and don't. Why you find the need of But please call the lifeline number. Don't call my personal number. Thank you. There's a lifeline number that is connected to the speaker so that people on the people watching the live show will hear you. If you call my personal line, it's not connected to the speaker. Please call the lifeline. Okay, thank you. So as I was saying, so I would like a situation whereby she has to address the situation. Maybe she just kept quiet because I've been going through her Instagram to see if she will say anything about it. But for Christ's sake, please, I did not enjoy you being on that show. It's like you just came to cause trouble, cause chaos. But that will not give you any rating. To me, I don't think I want to see you in any of my events like Hairnet or any show that I have. If they tell me that Jaroma is coming, I don't think I want to stay. That is the truth. So Jaroma, find a way to redeem your image because that is not okay. If there's a way you can, I don't know if the show is still ongoing. If there's a way you can have one-on-one with with OJ Koshorela, which you call your godmother, so that they will feature you again on the show and you explain yourself why there was a need for you to cut what you were paid to do, and you now brought your assistant that was talking nonsense. To me, I don't blame Tutu Pio when she was saying, who the hell is this girl in my party? Because instead of you to continue doing what you're supposed to do, you now gave it to your assistant to continue and you left the event. No, that was not a good thing. So the Real Housewife of Abuja is being shown every Friday on Showmax. So take out your time. There's a lot of things to watch on the internet. There's all the Real Housewife, they start airing it, I think, from Wednesday. The Real Housewife of Durban, they start with Real Housewife of Durban on Wednesday. Real Housewife of Nairobi today will be uploaded today, and tomorrow Abuja, Real Housewife of Abuja. Now the Real Housewife of Johannesburg, after 2 seasons for a while, they've been quiet for a long time. And I was wondering, I hope they are not going to cut off any of my personal person. But I was shocked to see the Real Housewife of Abuja star. They went to meet 2 of the stars over there, and I'm okay. I'm okay with the people I've been seeing so far. Okay. Now there was a news that was going around yesterday that a child was sent home out of a school, like suspended or out of school. I use the word suspend because of P2B's post that she used in wrapping her book. And I was wondering what concerns a poster with what a child is coming to school to do. Because me, I believe when I was in secondary school, I used calendars that don't concern me to wrap my book. I use posters. I don't use newspaper. You usually to protect the book cover. So let me read some development concerning this story so that people that are really not aware what I'm talking about will be aware. Because this is a very serious thing that people are pushing their personal interest to other people. Look at that girl that you won't send home is not eligible. I'm telling people, that small girl, a JSS3 or something like that you sent home is not even eligible. She's not even eligible to vote. She's not eligible to vote, and you sent her out of the school. So there's a document that the parent of that girl sent out yesterday, but I could not blog the story because I wanted to verify the story. Because any story on my blog, I like to verify the story. But till this morning, I got a confirmation from Lagos State government. But let me give you a development of this story. They said Lagos sends JSS2 students home for having P2B sticker on her bag. So I had bag and I had book. They say a student of Odumola Junior Secondary School, Ekpe in Lagos State, has reportedly been sent home because she came to school with a bag bearing the poster of Labour Party's presidential candidate P2B. The JSS2 student, identified as Barinada Marvelous. Barinada is like sounding like a river's name. Marvelous was given an exit form to leave the school because she violated the instruction that Lagos State allegedly gave students in the state. This was made known by a source from the school who craved anonymity and shared a photo of the exit form. According to the paper, the principal of Odumola Junior Secondary School directed Marvelous to go home and campaign for P2B because it is against the wish of Lagosians. A principal telling a student that is not eligible to vote to go home. Wow. The source said, can you imagine one of our members' daughter was sent out of school because she has P2B sticker on her bag and an exit form was given to her in a man. Now the Lagos State, like what I was saying, I was waiting for the confirmation, but the confirmation came late because I like confirmation before I blog any story. So the Lagos State Ministry of Education confirmed to me this morning has commenced an investigation into the complaint of a parent that his child was sent out of school for using the poster of one of the contestants in the last election to wrap his book. So you see there's a difference between book and bag. So the story that came out first was bag. So now the Lagos State made their investigation and found out it was not a bag, but it was a book. So that's why I like making, before I blog every story, I like to know why. So I would have gone to blog bag. Why at the end it turned out to be a book. The incident reported to have happened at Odumola Junior Secondary School, which was the same thing the person that sent out the thing said. Reacting to the incident, the Commissioner for Education, Mrs. Folashade Adifasayo, said the principal of the affected school has been summoned to explain the circumstance surrounding the alleged sending of the student. Mrs. Adefisayo maintained that the state government, through the Ministry of Education and all its agencies, will never instruct anyone, including the principal, teachers, and other personnel, to send a student out of school, irrespective of the offence committed. Assuring the public that the matter will be dealt with in line with stipulated rules and regulations, she also disclosed that another school principal at Odungonya, who appeared in a viral video on some social media platform promoting her political choice to her students, has been subjected to appropriate disciplinary measures. The Lagos State Ministry of Education is saddled with the onerous task of managing the administration of all public schools, systems devoid of politics and political insinuations. A thorough investigation of the matter will be carried out, and anyone found culpable will be subjected to disciplinary measure as laid down in the civil service rule, the commissioner stated. Now, I want to also make something clear that most people don't know that one day to the election that we are not supposed to be campaigning. During the presidential election, during the presidential election, they're distracting. During the presidential election, a lot of people were still campaigning, even on social media. You're supposed to stop campaigning a day to the election. You're supposed to stop. But I saw some people campaigning still. So don't go and put your candidates in jeopardy just because of you want to still continue campaigning a day to the election. Nothing like political talk, so that to reduce, to dice the tension. But people are not taking note of that. Please stop. Please stop. And another thing is that it's not by force. It's not by force that the person that you want people to vote for will vote for you. And that's what people don't understand. It's not by force. Let me just take up some very interesting stories that have been going around social media. There's very, very lovely, interesting stories that have been going on social media. You may shut there. If you're a social media person like my person, your eye will be full even before you even sleep in the night. And that is the only thing you will dream throughout. There are some lovely movies I watched though. Prime, you know me, I usually rotate from Netflix to Showmax. There's once in a while I go to Prime. Prime has uploaded a lot of nice videos. Now I watched one Nigerian movie. It's a real life movie, real life scenario. I think they call that film 4444. That film, hey, you see that people are wicked on the day of somebody's marriage because you don't have a child and they insulted you about it. You try to punish another person's child, like the son of the person, the child, gave the woman one substance and the woman ran mad. And it's a real life story. I really enjoyed that, so people need to go and watch that story. Hey, Nigeria, we are going far when it comes to production. No, we are really going far. We are really going far. So 3 Nigerians were arrested in Indonesia for alleged drug smuggling, and they could face death penalty. Is it that all this one our NDLEA has been doing every Sunday they will always push them out and say these people carry drug, this person carry drug. Is it that you people don't learn lesson? Now you people are taking it internationally and you want Abike Dabere to come and involve themselves. When you were planning to carry it from the country, have you thought of the fact that you might get into trouble? Let me read the development of this story just in case you are wondering what I'm saying. Indonesia authorities on Wednesday, that was yesterday, said they have arrested 4 foreigners, including 3 Nigerians. So out of the 4 foreigners, 3 Nigerians. Nigeria will always carry first, but there are some things you are supposed to carry last. So out of, they say 4 foreigners, you'll be thinking that you'll be hearing some different kind of country. 3 out of the 4 is Nigeria. Nigeria! Hey! Hey! The Nigerian nationals were arrested separately between January and March at Soekarno Hatta International Airport in Jakarta and several apartments in the capital. Police spokesman to Noyodo Minu Andika told a news conference in Jakarta. One of the Nigerians arrested had allegedly swallowed dozens of capsules filled with more than 1 kilogram. Hey! These are the people that we, let me not say much. These are the people that we now make it they escape and they escape the authorities. They will now come to event and be spraying, they'll be singing, oh, chakan, chakan, chakan. They'll be spraying money. And somebody will be wishing to be there. They'll be building hotels and all that. Look, we have to be careful. Anything you post on social media, they should be investigating how you made your money. Yes. Because these people will go out, bring drug money for us. I will be happy that, oh, there's money in the society. Nigerians are making it big. What are they working? What are they working over there? Every week, NDLEA will be sending us press release about people they catch locally. We don't learn our lessons, but we'll carry it internationally and be waiting for Abike Dabere to come and rescue you. Now, let me move over to the Oscars. It's like Nigerians shunned the Oscars this year. It's like they didn't submit any film. More like Nigerians that keep trying to submit movies every year. But I think what happened to most of our films last year when they were saying that we did not speak our language throughout the movies, and we were telling them that English is like our main language, that all these other ones are just show movies. So I don't think Nigerians submitted their own, but guess what? The Indians won. The Indians won 2 Oscars. And you know, Thames was at the Oscars because of Wakanda, the song she wrote for Rihanna. And guess what? Her dress was a problem. Why was it a problem? It was blocking the view of people living behind. Let me see the guy that who did that condemnation on social media. One white guy. The guy won't have mind, he won't add his name. So the name of this guy, his name is Jared Bellini, a white guy. He said, imagine waiting your whole life to be at the Oscars and you end up sitting behind a strata cloud. So just in case you did not see it, this is what I'm talking about, the strata cloud. Okay, now, let me tell you what this man, Mr. Jared Bellini, please listen to me. If I'm Thames even felt sorry for you people. I would have tied Gele like National Theatre, me coming to the Oscars. Hey! My Gele would have been like this, standing like this. Then this one added, the cloud we are complaining about added. Do you know why? I know that, you see this thing, most people that don't know terms now know terms. Okay, you don't know terms before, but you posted her on your social media. What you don't understand, in Nigeria, there's not like a bad media. Every publication is a good one. It's promoting your life. So you promoted terms by force. But this same gown, I think this same gown, the lemon version, I think the lemon version, and the B also wore the same the lemon version. And even if it would be a problem at the Oscars, why didn't the designer advance terms about finding a way to collapse the cloud when she's in the crowd? Because usually when they go for Met Gala, most of the gallantly dress they come in with, most people find a way to put it aside. So they would have found a way to detach the cloud, whereby when she's seated, she can detach the cloud from it. But I don't think the designer was paying attention to that fact that she has never attended the Oscars before. She has been watching it from TV and she's excited to arrive there. If I'm the one, I would have worn that dress too. But they would have found a way to combat the gown, whereby she can collapse the cloud when she's seated among people and raise it up when she's on the red carpet. But what, Penny, I will not lie to you, I wish I was the one at the Oscars. So don't let anybody make you feel bad about wearing your clothes, because I would have typed gay on my own. And by now, maybe even CNN will be talking about my gay and all that. And I'll be explaining in a very good straight boy that I'm an African. And in Africa, when you are being celebrated, you tie gay. So kudos for you. There's a lot of, see, the people that won these Oscars this year, an Asian lady won. The lady, she has been in movies for a long time. And I'm so happy for her. Then this guy, remember that China guy that acted in the Goonies and in Indiana Jones, he also won a movie. Guess what? I didn't even know the guy is now 51 years old. 51 years old. We'll be watching all these olden days movies and thinking that they are still small. They are not small, oh. They are now grown people. They are now grown people. We've also heard that the census has been postponed to May. And I'm asking myself, why do they have to count Nigerians again? We have all the NIM, we have all the BVN, we have been doing all the kind of registration they've not told us to register. We've done it. Why can't they collect all those data and use it for us? And now they are calling one big giant money and saying that that is the money for census. Please, Nigeria is hard enough for somebody else to come and eat our money. Because for me now, I don't know why that money is being, because of to come and count me. There are ways you can do that. They can do state calculation. I remember the last census that even Lagos had to recount themselves and say that the amount they gave, the number they gave out as Lagos, that is not the real amount. Lagos did their own census. So why not each state find a way to do their census, whereby in your local government they will set register and say, come and register, write the name of you and your family. I think there are easy ways to do this thing. It's not everything that money must be disbursed. Every month money disbursed. Even this BBN now that they are saying they are reconfiguring, they know that people will challenge the results. So they would have even made provisions for the beavers for presidentials and beavers for governorship and the other one election. Now reconfiguring the same thing. To me, they are trying to cut costs. Because I remember when Buhari said he has released money so that this election will be one of the best. But I'm sure he's disappointed if he asks me. I'm not there, but I'm sure. Because all this one they are saying that, okay, why did they postpone the election? Because of people were filing motion, they want to use the beavers and for their court case. It wouldn't have been a problem. They would have had spare for the governor, separate for the governorship and the House of Rep and the one for presidency. They can't be mixing up things, knowing that people will go to court for one or two things. We should be smart about life. Huh? So yesterday there was a post going round by this Arise TV Hosseini Rufai. The guy went to his Twitter yesterday and was posting a document that in the first place that people keep saying yes, Lagos belong to this person, to this person, to this person. But this land called Lagos, according to him, was owned by the British for 99 years, from 1861 to 1960. The Treaty of Succession of 6th August 1861, or the Lagos Treaty of Succession, was a treaty between the British Empire and Oba Dosunmu of Lagos. This land called Lagos was owned by the British for 99 years, from 1861 to 1960. Most of the initial development was done by the British. A colony one, a country or area under the full or partial political control of another country and occupied by settlers from that country or for that country. Lagos was a British colony up to 1960. Most Lagosians were British subjects. On independence, most of them opted to join the Nigerian Federation. They could have gotten British passports if they wanted. That was what he posted on it. And he even posted the treaty. This is the treaty document. Have you seen it? So you can go to my blog to confirm this story I'm talking about, so I can read the treaty documents. These are history that people like doing. Why is all this thing coming out? Because somebody is saying that a particular tribe should leave their state. Now another tribe is saying that they were saying that they are the ones that own Lagos. So why are you telling us to go? So we have to be smart about life. Okay? Because if we have this accommodating spirit, all this small talk coming out from this of this who owns Lagos will not be coming out. We should be looking at development of Lagos State. We should be looking at development of Lagos State, not looking at who really owns Lagos. To me, all those stuff doesn't make sense to me. Who owns Lagos? Who owns anything? It's God that owns land. Who created you? God. Who gave you land? First to come. Nobody is disputing the fact, but have the spirit to accommodate a human being. Just imagine the Good Samaritan in the Bible. The guy don't know the guy, but he accommodated him. He even make sure that they put him in an hotel. Why can't we have this accommodating spirit? All this one, we own. You will die and leave it. And God will make you reincarnate in another country. You go there and be shouting, you own. You will die again in that country and go to another country. Is it every time you reincarnate and come back, you'll be owning everywhere? Please, everybody own everything. Let's have one spirit. I remember the constitution of Nigeria said that any Nigerian can live in any part of Nigeria. So why are we having problem accommodating ourselves? It's not okay. It's not right. We should be looking at development. Have you ever thought of it? How many times foreigners will come to Nigeria? It's only Abuja and Lagos will be taken. Why can't they take them around the 36 states? Because they know that Bosa will be seeing some kind of things they don't want to see. Let's develop everywhere in Nigeria and leave all this. And I've said it, they should remove this state of origin from our documents. We should all have this one mind to say, I am a Nigerian, and that is all. I am a Nigerian should be enough for all of us. Nationality, Nigerian. But all this one will tell you nationality, then later on I move on to state of origin. I think we should stop it. So I don't have, there's a lot, let me tell you, there's a lot for me to discuss and say. But like I said, I have a special guest in the house. Her name is Phina Don. I will sit down and let us talk. Please, let's clap for that. Phina Don, you dash me your fans there.
Thank you.
Let me give you one that will match your clothes.
Okay.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Hold it down. Yeah. Phina Don. We all know you as a Nollywood diva. She is a Nollywood queen. She has been acting movies in Nollywood. Then one day she decided to leave us behind. And she decided to go to Denmark. But guess what? Once you have a name in Nigeria, no matter where you travel to, people will still remember you. So Phina Don came around for her program. But before we get into that, she needs to tell us her full name. She's an Igbo girl like myself. How they call her? Your so your village people will know that. I'm here.
Okay. My full name is Delight before.
Nice. I like that name, Delight.
And I am also called Rufina Donatus.
Rufina.
That's where the name came from, Phina Don.
So
Rufina means, the Phina, I took a Ru, and then Phina, and then Donatus Don. That's how the name came about.
I'm speechless because I thought there was one other kind of explanation. No, I'm speechless. And I really like the name Delight. You know, name follow children.
Yes.
If you see some people in their life, in their family, they'll be answering some kind of names until they name their child Favor. And you will see that child will be favored. So sometimes name follow children. When you are delighted, I'm always delighted to see you.
Thank you.
So Phina Don.
Yes.
A lot of people will be like, oh yeah, the name Phina Don. Which movie? Where? So I want you to enlighten your fans again because they are watching. They know you. But the movies you acted that made you known in the industry. Can you?
Okay. I acted a couple of movies, but what made me popular was TV soap opera that I did,
Oh,
which is Family Ties and
Family
Face to Face.
Ties.
Yes, that was what brought out my face very well to limelight.
Family Ties. It's not that man with a daughter.
Yes, by AK Media.
Yeah.
But he's late now, according to what I heard.
Yeah. Family Ties. You know what I was looking? I remember. There's one I came to the. I was supposed to feature. Oh, sorry, I disappointed the people. Sorry. Now I want to find out from you. You have been away for how many years now?
I've been away for 8 years now.
She's not more Nigerian. When last did you eat ever?
I ain't ever actually been back.
In Denmark.
Yes,
They have store. Is it the same tasting like the one we are tasting here?
Of course, because we have African shops there and service as well.
Is it, you know, the difference between the one, the market, you know, those market, you know, what people don't understand, the wonderful thing about those market women, they are saying that their rapper is dead to their life, there's a special sauce attached to it. The way they set that their ogiri and all that, when you buy it, there's no taste coming out from there. Is it tasting like that?
I really don't know. All I know is that I buy ever from the shop. I actually eat fufu too.
Yeah?
Yeah, the only thing I was
Isn't
missing
it not
was,
fufu again? It's fufu.
the only thing I was really missing was amala. And trust me, the few days I have spent in Nigeria, I have been eating it on daily basis.
Is it amala? I know there's one yellow one they put in the amala, one yellow sauce.
I like the black one.
What's the black one?
Amala.
No, there's one sauce they use for the amala.
Ewedu.
No. Begiri, yes.
I
That's-
like Ewedu, amala, Ewedu too. Yeah, that's my best.
I've tasted it once. Yes, I've tasted it once. It's okay. But like I said, I'm not a swallow person. I'm a fan of rice. It's like my former life I lived in China. I'm suspecting I reincarnated from China. But the way I like rice, in the morning I can eat jollof rice. Breakfast. In the afternoon, rice and stew. In the night, just sauce and rice.
I actually like rice though. I eat rice almost every day, trust me. I eat rice. Of course, every Nigerian, we know that rice is
I like rice. You don't understand? But it's coming in different ranges.
Abi,
You don't
have
understand?
you eaten with pomo before?
You can alcohol. You know that one that is rounding like this. That's why I said, are you sure the Denmark thing is there?
The only thing I was
Nigeria, oh, forget, people don't like going to good markets. Oh. All this ajabo we are doing, I like the local market. When you tell the woman, how much of this pomo? To tell you 250. 3,500. Those ones, there's a special taste following. So let's come down to business. So you are back to Nigeria or you just came to visit?
Yeah, I came to visit and I also came to do my ever dream passion, vision, mission event
Okay.
that God has made it to become a reality.
By the grace of God. So I know last 2 weeks I invited one of your project coordinator and he spoke about an event coming up. Please, can you tell us more about your event?
Okay. Our event is we're trying to unveil Phina Don Foundation.
Yes.
That's the new trend now. It was supposed to be unveiled actually this Saturday the 18th,
Yes.
but because of the election, we decided to move our dates to 25th, which is next Saturday.
Yes.
And it's all about unveiling to the world and what comes to know that Phina Don Foundation is beginning to do and put smiles on people's faces.
Okay, so you know people will say put smile on people's faces. What do you share for them, or is it like a scholarship scheme?
Yes, scholarship scheme, of course, is part of our project. But at the moment, we started like in December, we went to visit orphanage
Okay.
and we hit the street to feed the needy and those who don't have food on the street. And recently also we tried to reach out to the widows
Important.
and to the students also we reach out to them. And of course, very soon you're going to see us these clips by the grace of God. So, what Phina Don Foundation is going to be doing, as the name implies, touching lives. We intend to touch all areas of lives, from less privileged, the widows, students, youth empowerment, empowerment by giving them opportunity to learn things, maybe handwork and crafts. Yes.
Very important in Nigeria.
Very, very important. And I realized over the years, because of the situation the nation has put us through, a lot of youth has lost themselves. They've lost themselves, and we try by the grace of God to rehabilitate their mental capacity. And we try to make them understand that it is not okay to do these things, but you can actually do this and be a better person. So we are also going to be impacting their life by giving them positive orientation that will change their mentality. It will be greater result.
Okay, when you say the positive orientation, is it about drugs or something else?
Of course, drugs, negative thinking, people who feels like youth feels like, yeah, because I'm from a poor background, I can do dirty stuff to make money. No, we're going to be teaching them it is okay to come from a poor background, but you can actually make good money in a legitimate way.
Yeah, I like the fact you talk about poor background. People think it's a deficiency from poor background. People don't know that spiritually, any background you come out from is like your landing point. It's like I enter plane to arrive somewhere, I enter bus to arrive somewhere. So your background don't make you. And that is what people don't understand. Your background is not about you. Your background is just your landing point, your airport you arrive. So from there you take off. So that you come from a poor background doesn't mean I have to be poor and become a criminal. No. It means, oh, I have to change the situation of this event. I remember the last time when one minister drove past Lagos and noticed some potholes, very dangerous potholes around that Okoko side. That was when they started talking about fixing. So it's like an airport. Oh, this community I was born in, when I make money, I'll change it. So that you come from a poor background, I think people always miss out that thing. They think I come from a poor background, so they are not expecting anything from me. We are expecting something from you.
That's right.
That's the truth. We are expecting something good from you. We are expecting you to change the life of the people around you. So please change that notion of because I am poor, I can't move. No, you are going to move. So I want to come down to the fact that you said about less privilege. I have a concern about that because I believe a lot of people open these orphanages, they are not letting the children go. I believe in creating homes for children. I believe that children that are in homes at a time supposed to be in homes.
That's right.
So I'm somebody that has been advocating about the process of adoption, how fast, how quick, and who are they adopting it, and who can adopt. Because I know in abroad, a single celebrity that have money or somebody that went to can adopt children. But I'm not seeing that in Nigeria because they want the family unit. So what about a widow that the husband died? Won't they allow such person to do? So I have a problem when I go to orphanages and I'm seeing a bunch of children. I'm like, these people are supposed to be somewhere.
Yes.
You don't understand? They're supposed to be homes. Because I see, sorry to say, but I see them making money with it so that they'll bring all the whole full stuff. I remember when we went to Lekki, I'm mentioning this thing. When we went to Lekki to have a Christmas party a few years ago. The person that invited me, that's my auntie from Jamaica, was invited me to come to her party that she's hosting for orphanage children. And all the things I brought as far, I wanted to give it to the head of the. She said, no, give it to the children. I said, why did I give it to the children? He said, because they will take it away from them. They will not share it for them. I remember what she said, and that was when the thing went out to me like, so all the bag of rice and all the tissue, who is using it? Is it that after we snap picture with these children, that is the end? So if you want to serve them food, it's not the rice. That means basic channeling too. So please, the government should also look into it, decongest all these orphanage houses. Put them in homes, please. I'm not happy. Then I like the area you picked on, which is widows. People don't know that there are some widows that are suffering. Their children is like orphans because their mother don't have anything to do. But when you teach the mother a craft, she will know that she's empowered. So most women, their families, the families they are coming from, the husband family, took away everything from them and left the children. So even as the widow with children they are living like orphans.
That's true.
eating from room to room. So I like what you are doing. It's very, very important. Like, you not just say, oh, I see people who go to finance, snap picture with 2 cartons of Indomie and 2 pack of tissue. I don't believe in all that. So let me ask you now. I want to go down, screen you now.
Okay.
Is there a political motive behind it? Because Nigeria, everybody is a suspect. Anybody that starts doing good will say, well, I say won't come up for politics. So tell us now.
Someone actually asked me that sometime last week. The truth is, this commission I'm on, I have no political ambition with it. You know,
So it's
because-
genuine.
Yeah, it's genuine because this is a promise I made to God while I was growing up. You know, all this aspect that I'm talking about, I've experienced hardship. I've experienced a lot of things.
See me resonating the way. See me.
I've experienced a lot of things that would have pushed me out the street to go do the wrong thing. But I remember my mom said to me when I was a child, she said to me, no matter the situation you find yourself, just know you are the queen and you are born to be a leader and you are going to be viewed.
I didn't come with the crown today.
The crown, of course, if you look there, you know the crown is there. Spiritual crown.
Yeah.
Yes. So, because of all the things I went through, I promised myself and I made a vow to God. If for any reason you place me in that position where you said I'm going to be a leader, give me the roots to fulfill my promise by making sure I reach out to humanity. And that's why I tend to do, like I said, it's all about touching life. It's not going to be specific areas. This thing you said now has been my worry. You know, where things are given to the orphanage and you end up not seeing them. I mean, you go to the orphanage, you see the children looking like they're impoverished. You understand?
And there are bags of rice and tissues and clothes coming in. Where is it going to Aswani back or what?
I also think the NGOs out there need to also change a little orientation. Like they need to understand that it's not about you, it's about the children.
Yeah.
It's about the children, and these children are blessings. All right? So I hope and pray that also Phina Don Touching Life Foundation, by the grace of God, is also going to tackle that aspect. Because the truth is, if nobody says anything, then nothing will be done.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, these children, I got scared because I'm not a mother and all the children were calling you mommy, mommy. So you see, they are desperate.
You have a mother.
They have a mother.
That's
And they just have one matron that might be strict on them. So tell me, who is going to accommodate them? You are looking for a family that is also looking for their own blood, Not for the Africa is not a place adoption works very well because everybody wants their own blood.
Okay, let me tell you why it's like that. I think that's because of the orientation we had from the childhood. I mean, we are taught that only our blood is our blood. And that's why I said we need a change of orientation. All right? Because the truth is, if the Nigerian mentality says, if you don't have a child and you go to adopt, they see you like a low-life person. They see you like a garbage to be abandoned. You understand? And that is the reason why even those who are crying for babies, who for many years don't have a child, they find it difficult to go adopt. Because they feel they don't want you to come and laugh at them. They don't want you to make them feel like they can never give birth in life.
And even the one that we adopt, we plan it.
We plan it.
And put foam in their tummy for their whole neighbors to see that they carry child. And at the back of their kitchen door, they'll pass in one child.
So the whole of the nation, the whole of the people need to have a change of orientation. We need to understand that as time progresses, there are things that needs to change. Every child in the orphanage needs a mother, as we said. And it is the responsibility of every orphanage to get a good mother for that child.
They should decongest it.
So
I have a problem with that.
Let me use it for example. If you come to my orphanage or my mother, I have to first of all synchronize you. I need to check your background, make sure that you are capable to take care of these children. And capacity is not about the finance; it's about your mental capacity. What can you impact in this child's life? What orientation, what training are you going to train this child? Are you going to train this child to be separated, to be lonely, or are you going to teach them how to have a cooperative heart in order to achieve the common goal.
But there's another orientation we should also have, because they are looking for rich homes to give to them. What about a widow that needs a child that sells banana, that sells roasted plantain? Let me tell you, all those things are part of training.
That's true.
Some people remember that, how their mother labored for them. So we should not be looking for automatic homes, the rich homes. I know of a widow that died. They chased her out of her house, her husband's house, because she had no child, right? But she was selling fruits. You know the way Malams, they line up all those fruits. They line up for years. For more than 16 years, I know that lady. Alone. Just imagine she had adopted a child that she will put in one school that she can afford. Going and coming, going and coming. Do you know the day this widow died? Nobody knew.
Because she has no child.
Yes. She was locked up. She had this room and parlor, this their public yard scenario, but it's like her own is self-contained, as in her own toilet, everything is inbuilt. The neighbors did not know that she died for days, and that was during that lockdown. But until they started perceiving odor from the room. I hope you understand. So we are not looking at a scenario that these children are just doing public holiday throughout their life, waiting for a rich home. What about homes, as in home?
Four homes. That's where the NGO comes in place. The thing is, I think the reason why they give it out to the rich people is because they feel like the rich people have the money, the financial.
To send you to British International School, right?
So, you see, that's why I said when I talk about the orientation, it's the totality of it. All right. Okay, fine. I have an NGO, and I feel like okay, I want to give out this child to a widow. Now I know that widow is not financially capable to take this child to the level I want this child to be, right? Now, that is why it is a responsibility of the NGO to seek to finance that widow, making sure that widow is able to take this child, train this child, despite every difficulties. Make sure this child becomes ready. All right? So, the reason they give out to those big men or whatever is because they feel like the poor have nothing to offer.
Yeah.
But I want people to understand the poor have actually a lot to offer. And the lot to offer is not only about finance. That's the problem of the nation. People think it's only when you have money you will have a say. That is the orientation we need to change. There are people who have appointed time to make money. And for the fact that you made it first before me does not make me a less human. When my time comes, I'm going to make that money. Right? So we need to understand that we are all equal. Now, there is hierarchy. That's I understand. There is hierarchy as human. It is okay for you to be richer than me. But you need to understand that my mindset, my word counts. My action should count. My opinion should count. I can be poor and I can bring a lot to the table that your finances cannot control. That's the orientation I'm talking about. It's very deep. And I know it's going to be a very tough one because the truth is the brain has accommodated so much negativity. So it's going to be very tough task to try to wipe out this negative concept at once. But I believe that as God empowers Phina Don Touching Life Foundation, the world is going to see so much change. The world is going to see so much change.
So your event is on the 25th. What time is it?
March. Red carpet starts at 2 p.m. So on the 25th of March, we will do the unveiling of Phina Don Touching Life Foundation.
Yeah, I can see you came with your manager.
Yes.
And you came with your project. The other one.
My media project.
Okay, I will start with your manager. So manager, you can call him. Okay, I can see you've been sipping small. You're watching our video. Yeah, it's live here, but you'll be peeping the live video from the source again. You're welcome. So what's your name?
I'm Veteran.
Okay, so tell me, his name is Veteran. Veteran Uche. So tell me, ever since you joined Phina Don Foundation, how many places have you visited so far?
Oh, I'm just going to mention a few. You understand? First of all, we visited SOSED Rehabilitation and Motherless Home.
Yep, the audio, please.
Yeah. We visited SOSED Rehabilitation and Motherless Babies Home.
Yeah.
and we also got down from Okota down to Bowls and also to Okuko.
Wow.
Yeah, that exercise was hectic though, but I was so happy because it's a passion, an inbuilt passion, and I dedicate myself to it as a chief operating officer. It is the driving force, the driving force and the inspiration that I could look at these children who are hungry. They wake up every day. Their greatest fear is nowhere to live, or go to call father, but their greatest fear is what to eat. And Phina Don Touching Lives Foundation had to reach out to 150 of them. 150 of them.
Wow.
So it was a wonderful time for me, and I feel so honored to serve because when their thank you doesn't matter to me, but the smiles on their faces is what matters to me a lot. So when I get to look at the fact that I can afford food, like I tell people a lot of time for free, you don't need to be a millionaire to put a smile on somebody's face. You don't need to be a millionaire to put a smile on someone's face, especially to those who you see that actually needs this. Some people do this for publicity stunts. You understand? Some people do this for extort money.
Yeah.
But when you get to see a genuine purpose, you understand? Somebody who was built with this from within, that has gone through a lot, have seen a lot in life, you could see the fulfillment in that person putting a smile on somebody's face.
Very, very important. So your program is on the 25th. So what have you put together? Because like people are like outreach in Nigeria since she's based abroad. So what are your plans for your guests? What are they going to see on that day?
A lot is going to be happening. We have put a lot that day, and I think we're just going to leave it for that day to come because it's.
My type want to know if it's your love fight I'm meeting on Monday.
No, you don't need to.
I like knowing.
The thing is, now, okay, let me give a side key. The thing is, as you are coming that day, expect everything.
Okay.
Do you understand? It is going to be one of its time. It's going to be tough. And above all, the reason for we gathering on the 25th is going to be met. Food or nothing. Do you understand? So we are not actually coming for the food or what we are going to, but we are coming. Okay, for you, you're coming for the food.
I can't be listening to all the big grammar. No, not tell me. Thank you for coming. No, I must see Jollof first.
No, there is not going to be thank you for coming. But if there should be thank you for coming, it's going to be in a special and a way you've not seen before. Trust me.
No, it's not that somebody will not put for us. We use our hand.
You can as well come with your shovel, your rake.
The last time Nero was here, I because we need to be mentioning this. There are some of us, it's not that we don't have the money, but we like eating when you're speaking all those grammar.
Yeah.
You got me? At the end, we'll now share some small puff and tell us it is good. We are no more British. We are not like they want to be eating food.
Okay.
Yes.
A lot is going to be happening.
You can't have food out there.
I will not be understand. A lot is going to be happening on that day because the truth is that I am happy and so honored to be a part of this. And I want to thank my boss here for giving me the opportunity to serve. And I want to tell you, it's not been easy. But to me, I'll tell the world when you have the best team on your side, it is very easy. I've got the best team in the world. I can contest that fact anytime, any day. You understand? These are people when you look up to, like you call Sasijo on the phone, he knows what he's supposed to do. You call Nero on the phone, he is already at it. You call the PRO on the phone, Bonaventure, he also knows what he's going to do. That is why it looks as if it's easy. Our boss has not been around for quite a while, but
things are
on ground, works were going in. And I applaud everybody out there.
I was not sure people got a date immediately, immediately after the election.
Of course.
I became worried. I had to call Nero. So what's going on?
There is a formidable structure and force on ground. You understand? And my boss is an articulated person. I will give kudos to that, and I'll give credit to Sasiji also. And I want to say a very big thank you to him. Somebody you can call at any time, he answers you. Now, a lot of people are wondering.
There is not Jesus. Anytime you
no, he answers. I will say to give credit and applaud, he's a deputy Jesus, if you ask me.
Secretary of Jesus. So that's your name.
Of course, he's a deputy Jesus. You understand? Very patient.
Deputy disciple.
Yeah, very patient, very humble.
Peter's assistant.
You understand? Now, sometimes I'll go back to the closet and ask my boss, why would you put me in charge of over these big people? You understand? He said, don't worry, that she knows what she's doing. And when you go back to the closet, indeed, she knows what she is doing. And I want to say thank you. Like I applaud all people out there. Look at the necessity of and the midst of scarcity, lack of cash, and we are able to do this. Now there is no limitation. There is no limitation in touching lives. You understand? A lot of people are going to use this time as an excuse. You see what is happening in the country today. You see what is happening. There is no money. There is no cash, and the country is not stable. But look at touching lives. Now it's in this means that you need to prove your worth. Show the world your worth. You understand? Because if it were only for selfish reason, I don't think this is going to be happening. Because I have every excuse to tell my boss, don't come in, let's wait for publicity stuff. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, but to shock you, Nigeria is going through difficulty, somebody will be spraying money. That is Nigerian for you. In the difficult situation, somebody will be sharing one bag of rice and will be posting it on social media.
Okay,
very inconsiderate set of people.
You know those set of people who don't want to mention.
Yeah.
You know those set of
but
people.
The point is that you are touching lives, which is different. You know, award season nowadays, anybody that is doing award season, okay, but I would say it's a little bit selfish because you can send the award to their house, snap good pictures. But any ceremony going on now that is not touching life, to me, I don't see it as anything considerate because the people you're inviting, you don't know how they want to make it to that event. You do not put boss in one place and say anybody that wants to attend should be there. You know, it's like you're forcing somebody that you think have to come and donate for you. You know, there's some times of plenty and there's some times of lack. You don't know people's pockets. But because everybody in Nigeria is now wearing shine coats and shine things, you know, bling. You don't know who is on strike. I know he's not on strike. I don't want to use the word broke, but who is on strike? I know he's on strike. And if you call the person out, the person will be forced to come out with so much difficulty. Thank you for coming. I don't have, but I need to call in your next.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Pleasure.
please, thank you for coming. And I hope people in the watching us live are enjoying it. Let's call in our next guest, please. Because everybody must say something. Never have said something before. Let him be behind the camera. Thank you for coming. Yes. Okay. We hold it like this so that I mention here. Welcome. Please, for the sake of our audience, we know you. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Rahman Ismail. I'm a journalist and I'm the media consultant for Phina Don Life Foundation.
Yes, thank God. I know why I called you out for a reason. Because what we are facing in Nigeria now is that everything is paid for. Abroad, they don't pay for publicity. Once it's a good thing, people come out to support. But you still see some media houses collecting money for things that will touch people's lives. So how are you finding it, you know, trying to sell your program to other outlets without them telling you when are you dropping envelope?
That's a good question anyway. I have known Phina Don for ages.
Yes.
We've known each other for more than 10 years. Okay. We've known each other for over 10 years.
Yes.
Before Phina Don left to Europe, we've been running things together.
Yes.
As a media wise. You shouldn't take it other way. As a media wise.
He said I should not tell. There's my friend. Are you in my mind thinking otherwise? See me, I'm here thinking about how my life will become better. You are changing my brain cells. What should I change?
Don't change it. Media wise.
Media wise.
Media wise.
I'm wise.
So we've been running things positively, media wise, before she left Nigeria. And after she left for Europe, we do talk every now and then. And when she comes up with this initiative, I was like, it's like a collective idea.
The cameraman said you should be looking at him.
They need camera. Don't look am, just dey look am now. Don't vex. They cover face for everyone.
This is live TV, you know. This is live TV. We don't edit. Anything that will happen here will be happening. The cameraman has been doing.
Why are you shy? You na boss now. I know. Let's go.
So when Phina Don comes up with this idea, I was like, it's just like something that have been embedded in you, but you don't know how to explore it. Someone now come and say, guy, I have this idea. So you feel like this is what I've been thinking.
Yeah.
So consider that I invested my time, my everything, to just make sure that this thing is achieved.
So before she came into town, apart from this event, how far are you going to spread this message?
It has been spread already, and we are still on it. If you have not been spreading it, we won't be in Pink Republic TV. So it's part of the effort. Our presence here is a part of the effort. Yeah. So the media have been watched. The media have been watched. We've done a lot of publicity even before she came, before she just came. We've done a lot of publicity online, newspapers, Standard Times, because I write for Standard Times newspaper and Global Express as well. So we've done a lot of publicity. So, and what you are here doing today is part of the publicity.
Part of the publicity. You be politician. You go and join one party. So Phina Don, before I round up your interview, for movies, are you coming back to movie or?
Of course. I also have this Phina Don TV. So definitely in the nearest future. For now, we're doing this for humanity. But I have a lot of positive intention for this my charitable work.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. We're gonna be doing movies and many other things. Many other things that I don't need to mention, but as time unfolds, let's watch and see.
I wish you all the best. By the grace of God, I will be present at the event. And I will try as much as possible to transmit live from where I'm sitting, so that even people that cannot make it to the event can watch at least some nice clips live to the event. I wish you all the best, because we need to say our goodbyes. We are a few minutes behind our 1 hour schedule. Let's hand over to say our goodbyes.
Hey.
So then just repeat on one can go out. So I usually have a gift for each of my attendees. The last person has run down. If you run up, it's gift to be there. Please the remaining people after the whole show will send down your gifts. I want to say a very big thank you to everybody that you need to watch. In short, it surprises me every day. People surprise me every week, because this live video usually pinned for 1 week till the next week when we have another show. But you see viewers viewing, people coming to my inbox to ask me 1 or 2 questions. You see that social media can spread your message far and wide. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Phina Don, for coming. And on the 25th, they are having their unveiling at the Priskin Hotel, the Treasure. And red carpet will start by when? Because they're saying unveiling of charity doesn't mean you dress poor. This is red carpet. Let's flamboyant. Let's have good pictures. So thank you all for coming. And my viewers out there, you people will continue surprising me.